This is Adventures of Star Saver for Game Boy. Let's play it. It's a recent discovery for me about 2 years ago, but I'm still learning about it, but I've managed to figure out enough to fumble my way through. You play this little robot mech suit. You try to stay in that for most of the game, but if you take a hit, you get knocked out, and you'll see that your character is just a little guy with a ball cap and a pistol. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm riding on a little moon or something there, maybe a meteorite or an asteroid. Okay, there's the lion power-up. It makes you invincible, but so did that triangle I picked up before. Right here pretty much is the point where the game won me over. You're riding on moons and walking on the rings of planets, and so I mean at that point it has my attention. And then there's I think this is a sun, and it's shooting solar flares or something. So it's kind of it's a lot like Super Mario Brothers, except outer space themed, and you're a robot. So what's not to love? Okay, there's the grinning death puppy. Probably not the official name. You can't hurt him from the front when he's just doing this, but see, when you move past, he tries to attack you, and he does become vulnerable then. I could just leave him there on the platform, but why not take advantage of this? And there's the first boss already. It's really easy. All you have to do is not be under it when it comes down. And, you know, shoot back, of course. I've already got some power-ups. I've got the three-way gun. That's the only firing power-up, really. You pick up a gun and it lets you fire this spread in 3 directions. And at the same time, usually, when you get that, you also get a wing jump. I'm going to call it that. It lets you hover for a few seconds. Oh, watch this. The first boss turns into these things, and okay, that happens. This is for demonstration purposes, just so that you can see what the character looks like. And that's how you exit all the stages in a square. Okay, you see these tiles that blink? Pretty much the rule is whenever something blinks, you jump on it a few times repeatedly, or you shoot it like this. That's how you solve lots of puzzles in the game, especially in the later stages, if you want to call them puzzles. These invincibility power-ups are very generous. There's several of them in every stage, and if you get the both of the invincibilities, the lion head and the triangle, it seems to extend the invincibility time. They stack or something. At least that's my experience. And you might have seen real quickly there, I also got a it looks like a bow and arrow icon, and you can see I have 6 of those up in the top left corner. That's it's like a grapple, so I can grapple 6 times. This game is paranoid about letting the player fall into pits, so if you have grapples and you're in the correct position when you fall, you'll automatically get pulled back up to a platform. You can also use a grapple anytime you want by pressing both buttons at the same time, which I do on accident constantly. And you can even press up and both buttons to grapple up to a platform that's too high to jump. But there aren't really many places that I would care to do that, and I don't know why you do the forward grapple at all. I can't find a place in the game where that's necessary to do that. And that P square, that's if you're out of your mech suit and you pick up that P, it will restore it. It's kind of like the mushroom in Super Mario Brothers. And this second boss, you can see he's only vulnerable when you open his eye after he stops bouncing. And you don't want to try to jump over him. You might be able to hover over, but I've never tried. And I don't see much point because he jumps over you if you let him. It's a little bit trickier than it looks because you can easily misjudge and just get caught when he comes down or something, or even just walk too fast and bump into his horn. I do that all the time. Don't know why I paused there. Got nervous, I guess. But now you see what the pause screen looks like. All the bosses take way too many hits. It gets tedious. But he should be about done there. And luckily that one doesn't transform into anything. So that's it for stage 2. Okay, these nuts, you want to fake them out? I'm going to call them nuts. They will kill you rapidly. Very cautious with the nuts. Okay, these caves are kind of like warps. See, if I go in that cave down there by pressing down when I stand in front of it, it'll take me ahead in the stage a little bit, but just to that little cave down there. And this other one that I could walk into right here, if I even just walk in front of that, I'll get bounced all over the place and probably down into those enemies, and then I'll probably die. So you don't even want to walk in front of that cave. I don't know what's going on with that. It just throws you all over the place. There's another cave right up ahead here. See, those falling rocks there will actually hurt you too, but I got the invincibility. I think they put it there on purpose just to get you through that spot. Now see, this cave, I'm actually going to take this one. It takes you to a... It's not very far, but it's kind of tricky stuff there. Might as well skip it. The only problem is this, I missed this star power up there. I guess that's the penalty for going through the cave. But I've already got the 3-way gun and the wing jump anyway, so no loss. These little platforms sometimes appear, sometimes don't. I don't know why, but underneath, if I was just to walk on that bridge, it will collapse out from under me. And here I jump and shoot some more blinking things to open the gates. This second boss will throw you off because he comes down twice like this and just goes right back up. But the third time you'll see he'll start throwing his claws at me. I kind of try to fake him out there just so I have some... It gives me better judgment to see when he's going to come down when I move back and forth like that. And you'll see I move pretty far away. Like it looks like I'm moving a little too far away. Like it's not necessary. But when he throws his claw, it's like he's still got an invisible claw next to him. So if I just get too close, I'll take damage, and it's really easy to misjudge that and just get too close. So I try to give myself plenty of space for that, and try to imagine that he's still got a claw on the side. It's hard to tell when you can even hit him. It's like you can only hit him back on his way up, but I still fire pretty much constantly just to try. That went quicker than I thought. Crazy backgrounds. It's just... It doesn't make any sense to me what any of these backgrounds are supposed to be. Okay, these blocks here, I think they can hurt you. I'm not 100% sure, but I just destroy them all to be on the safe side before I don't even try to jump over them or anything. Maybe only when they turn to that rubble. Accidental grapple there. That happens a lot when I try to jump and shoot at the same time, like still close to the ground. And see, these, I don't even think these always appear either, but maybe just when you have the invincibility icon. these enemies that split into 2 or 3, if you don't know, like have a feeling for where they are, they'll catch you off guard. Kind of cheap really, but once you get used to it, it's not a big deal. More courtesy platforms. And again, I'm going to take all these out before I try to move ahead. Okay, this fish boss. Way harder than it looks. It doesn't look like there's a lot going on here, but it is really easy to misjudge and be in the wrong place. The idea is pretty much when he's far away from you, you want to be far away from him. So like when he's on the right, I go to the left, and then when he's close, you want to close in too. That's the best place to be away from those fish. They arc over you when you're close to where he throws them, and they don't quite reach you when he's far away if you're on the other side. And you can see he's got like a really strict pattern. So once you get a feel for it, you can manage a lot better. Something about the timing still makes it tricky though. See, like, and there, that was automatic that I got rescued with my grapple there. And on this boss, it doesn't even matter so much that I can only fire one shot at a time when I'm outside of the mech suit, because he can only take 1 damage at a time. So it's not a big loss. It just means I can only take that 1 hit, and now if I take another, that's it. I lose a life. I have to get set back. Not too far though. The death penalties aren't too harsh on this. It would just be like a few screens really. Now he transforms into this ocean cockroach thing that I get to ride. Okay, in the desert there's certain places where you'll sink into the sand, and I kind of know where they are, so I jump over where I think it is, and I guess I do okay. It doesn't hurt you though, it just, you get stunned temporarily. Still best to avoid it. And there's this 80s type tape deck here that you can shoot a lot, and the music notes you get a big bonus for some reason. I mean, you know, I guess bonuses are good. Man, I screwed up here. I should have hit that enemy before he got down there, and now I pretty much have to... Well, you know, I could have hovered over that if I'd have thought about it soon enough. Because I did have a wing jump. I think it would have been fine to hover over that. Doesn't matter. There's another mech suit power-up right down here in this crevasse. And luckily it looks like I can still get that invincibility even when I'm doing that little locked-in animation to get my mech suit back. Got my power-ups again. I'm at full power. I thought that hurt you, but it looks like it's just a stun too. There's a few things like that. Got lucky. This platform here, I've only, I think, made it to that on time once. I'm gonna go ahead and use that hover so I don't have to wait for that platform to go all the way under and around. It'll come back around from underground, but it takes too long. This boss is probably the easiest. It's extremely predictable, just back and forth, and you can only hit it when it pokes its head. Accidental again. Grapple, pointless. The only tricky thing is it's kinda hard to shoot, you know, just shy of the ground like that. I guess it's better to shoot on your way down rather than up, so that you don't keep firing out accidental grapples. Got plenty to spare though. And since I almost never fall, it doesn't really matter how many grapples I have. I don't know why that one saved me on the fish boss. It looked to me like I was way too far away. And I should have just fallen in the water and died. But I'm not gonna argue. That's it for stage 5. I like these stages that have these castle-y parts. See that tree branch? Some of them kind of stick out there. They fall sometimes when you're standing on them. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason. I don't know why. Some do, some don't. There goes one. It's completely unpredictable. Little floating log platforms. I think you have to shoot these dinosaur heads before you jump on them or they'll hurt you. I don't know, I'm doing it either way. Just to be safe. And I hear this castle in the background. There's actually a hidden doorway. I think you have to jump and shoot right there at a special place. I'm not exactly sure, but I was pretty happy when I figured it out. So even though it doesn't take you very far, I go ahead and take it every time I come to the stage now. Here's another really easy boss. It kind of reminds me a lot of Red Armor, also known as Firebrand from the Ghosts and Goblins series. Not that he really looks so much like him, he just makes me think of him. And you can see I have a very particular pattern here. It's not like I didn't memorize this or anything, it's just I'm responding to what's going on. So it's really instinctive for me on this one. I'm just basically getting out of the way of hazards. And you've got a chance to hit him 3 times on each cycle. You can hit him once on the way down, and once when he lands, and once again on the way up. It looks like I got all 3 there. But for some reason when he's way up there at the top, you can't hit him at all. That's it for him. This spot really confused me the first time I got here. I had no idea how to get this bridge to come down. And that was a place where I think I used the hover or the grapple or something the first time I got here to try and get around this because I couldn't get the bridge to come down. And here you can see again the rule is whenever something blinks, jump on it. And you can see that little corner up there where I can't jump on that obviously, so I can shoot it. Plenty of things to jump on here. I got stuck on one of those parts there for a week the first time I tried to play this. This jump is very difficult. This is the hardest jump in the game, but I could hover over, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you that you can make it if you're really far out on the platform before you jump. And the boss is right here, but I'm going to skip it. I'm going to jump down in this hole and shoot the wall, and there's a secret exit. The boss was a squid, and it takes a long time, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip it because I can. I just wanted to show you that does that. It's another stun and another accidental grapple. I think if I didn't use those by accident, I would never use them during the game, except maybe on the fish boss. And I just accidentally used my wing jump, so I'm down by 1 power up. It doesn't show you that you have the wing jump on the screen anywhere, so you don't know until you've used it. Kind of sucks because there are a lot of chances that you probably could use it, and you don't know if you've got it or not. Riding that raft with those mountains in the background and everything there, that reminds me of Castlevania 2. Okay, this boss kind of looks like a big gorilla, and he's throwing something that looks like grenades, even though they don't explode. And I don't know what causes it to happen, but sometimes when I get here, he doesn't do this thing where he turns around half accidental again. He doesn't do this thing where he turns around and goes back. Sometimes he'll just come right at you, all the way to the edge of the screen and smash you. I don't know what you're supposed to do there. But most of the time he gets into this pattern, and it's manageable, but it's very precise. You can't be off on this very much at all. And I think you can only hit him when he's on the other side of the screen there, and you have to hit about where his arm is. Like, I think if I'm just standing on the ground, I can't hurt him. He takes about 10 shots. And that was actually the last boss in the game. That was it for bosses. Looks like I overreacted there, jumping away from that nut, but I'm telling you, even if it just lands too close, it'll still hurt you. It doesn't even have to directly hit you. Stage 9 is pretty much just like an ending that you play. It has some enemies and stuff, and I guess you can die, but it's really easy, and there's not a whole lot to worry about. And no boss. I like this platform and the way it just kind of, it's like it just runs out of steam and flops you on the ground there. It might look like I'm being too cautious with these things, but it's really easy to accidentally get hung up on them. And this one, I can't seem to make it through here without taking damage. I guess it might be possible to hover through there, but I've never tried. And see, even just walking on that, I get hurt, but it doesn't matter because they put another mech suit right after it. And this is the first one of these barriers with the music notes that I really have to kind of deal with. And I can't explain this with the pixels and the orb. I have no idea what's going on here. It doesn't seem to change anything. It's just a little forced animation. These music notes and stuff, see, it doesn't actually hurt you, it's just a stun. And this is the point where I guess you rescue the girl. I don't really understand why she comes out of the whatever that is. And when you're in this thing, there's some more enemies, but I don't think they can actually hurt you. You can take all kinds of damage here and it doesn't seem to do anything. So I guess it's pretty safe to just ignore them. But you can go ahead and shoot them, so why not? And that's the last enemy in the whole game. Just a few more platforms. And that's it. This part is all automatic. It's just the ending. They go into the little tower and take their flying saucer, and I guess they're escaping back to Witch Mountain. And so that was the Adventures of Star Saver. I kind of started in an awkward place. I didn't even realize I was gonna play in a way that makes me look competent. So I'm gonna let this run now so you can see what the intro looks like. It's pretty epic. See, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. The UFO beams him up. And then it puts the mech suit here. Puts the boy here on the rings of the little Saturn planet. Okay, what's up with that? Where's the girl? And then the mech suit has a mind of its own. Why don't you just take care of things? Okay. Thanks for watching.